Well, hello everybody, and welcome to this week's segment of Answering Why. This is where we take just a few minutes to answer the why to some of the most common health-related questions. So this week, the question really is why is my sleep bad? Why can't I fall asleep? Why can't I stay asleep? So it's a question that I get almost every day, and it's something I'm always working with my clients. So I'm going to give you some strategies on how to improve your sleep. Now, FYI, these strategies take a little bit of discipline, but within a week, 1 to 2 weeks, you should notice significant improvements in your sleep. So the first thing to know that if you have sleep problems, you're not alone. The second most common prescription, the second most prescribed medication is for sleep deprivation. So there's a lot of it going on out there, and there's some simple strategies that you can use to improve your sleep, but it takes consistency. So the first thing to know, when somebody asks me tells me they have a sleep problem, I ask two questions. I'll ask, do you have difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep? Because there's different causes for each scenario. Some of them overlap, but there are different causes. So to answer the first, and I'm going to give you some tips on this, if you have a difficult time falling asleep, okay, and maybe you're told or you feel you're a light sleeper, and that's all true, there's a few things you can do. So one thing, and some of these are going to seem obvious, the one thing that you should always do is black everything out. A little bit of ambient light coming from under a door or through a window crack, that's not going to be helpful. So you want to black everything out. You also want to keep the room as cool as possible. Depending on your core temperature, the colder the better with falling asleep. Another thing you want to do is clean your sheets and your blankets at least once every week. The dust that accumulates in your sheets, in your pillowcase, and even in your pillow can cause problems and trigger allergies, low-level allergies and sensitivities that doesn't facilitate you getting into a deep sleep. Another thing that you can do is sleep naked. That actually facilitates, in the research, it's shown to people fall into a deeper sleep. And then another thing you can do is get rid of blue light. This is extremely important. The blue light is the frequency of light that you're getting that you're getting from TV screens, computer screens, and cell phone screens, and all the other screens that we're bombarded with every day. Now, we can't avoid these things, but these are a neurostimulant. Just stay away from them from 1 hour before bed and replace it with something, not work-related tasks. That's never a good thing, because that also prevents you from getting into that relaxed state of mind. Maybe just reading something. I've worked with couples, they play cards before bed, but 1 hour of no blue light before bed. And so those are some strategies that'll help get you into a deeper sleep. The other common, disorder with sleep is the inability to stay asleep. And most people, if there's a problem, they're going to wake up between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. But usually it's between 3 to 5 in the morning. But that's usually when they're waking up. They don't know why they're woke up, and they can't fall back asleep. A few things you can do with that is usually, I guess the one major thing is usually a blood sugar problem. It's either something woke them up because they're a light sleeper and they didn't get into a deep sleep, or it's a blood sugar adrenal problem. We don't have enough time to get into adrenals here today, but if it is a blood sugar problem, meaning you're running low on blood sugar, what you can do is within, say, an hour before bed, consume some higher protein type food. It doesn't take much food, but it should be protein dense. This will create like a fuel storage so you can get through the night much better. And if you wake up at 3 to 5 in the morning, have a little bit of high protein snack at that time. That will facilitate you to get back into sleep. So there's a few strategies if you have the inability to fall asleep and the inability to stay asleep. But I highly recommend blending both of those strategies, those different strategies, over the next week to 2 weeks. A lot of people get results with this, improve sleep within 1 week, but I'd say stay very consistent and disciplined. And I didn't even talk really about the amount of time you should stay asleep. And everybody's different. We should allow 8 hours. So whatever your wake up time has to be, wake up is usually non-negotiable. Falling asleep for some reason, as humans, we feel we can negotiate and alter the time we go to bed. And that just causes a compromise in the window of time we need for our sleep and to regenerate. So allow 8 hours to be able to be asleep, and then add a 9th hour to avoid that blue light, that digital media, all of that stuff. And during that 1 hour before bed, that maybe you're reading or something like that, or playing cards, that 1 hour, don't be doing any work-related tasks around the house. I see it too many times. People feel they have that extra hour just to catch up on work. That creates neurostimulation where their mind is spinning, and then they can't calm down, and then they wonder why they can't get into a deep sleep. So hopefully that was helpful. There's a lot of information in there, but stick to it for like 1 week. You should notice changes in 2 weeks. It's going to be remarkable. So with that being said, if you know of anybody that's dealing with this, that's struggling with this, it creates a host of problems, a huge host of problems. Even obesity goes up with all of this. And then a couple of things I didn't mention in there. Stay away from caffeine in the afternoon. Keep it not past noon, and or any other stimulants. Just kind of keep that to the morning. But that being said, I'm Dr. Glenn Harrison, and I look forward to next time, where we'll answer another why to another very common health-related condition. So with that being said, I look forward to seeing you next time.